Welcome, future Florida teacher, to our lesson number 3 of your professional education exam. And we are going to be looking at 2 different competencies in this video. If you watched lesson number 1, we talked about competency 1, 3, 4, and 8. Lesson number 2, we discussed providing effective instruction for our ELLs, or English language learners. And in this video, lesson number 3, we are going to be covering competency number 2, which states knowledge of appropriate student-centered learning environments, as well as competency number 5, knowledge of relevant continuous professional improvement. These are the topics that you'll need to know to ace this professional education test, and it's what we're going to be covering here at teacherpreps.com. So I'm going to click that login button. It's going to direct me to this professional education test prep, where I'm going to find quick links down at the bottom, and I'm going to go directly to the professional environment link. So let's just go ahead and click this link and we'll be presented with our test prep page. Here is the video professional environment for teachers that we'll be watching right after we have a look at the vocabulary that you'll want to know to be totally prepared for this section of your exam. So let's have a look. Make sure you know section 504, as well as due process, as well as cultural sensitivity. Have a look at the terms, the definitions. Then we have our study guide, which gives you the information that you need to know in an easy to learn bullet point style. What we're going to do is we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, because remember, when you study, it's not just about passively reading a study guide, but instead actively checking your understanding. And we're going to read this and say, okay, laws at the national level governing educational practices and standards, including privacy laws and funding conditions. Now, what could that be? Let's go here and let's look and let's say, okay, this is going to be federal education regulation. So you can either copy and paste it or you can type it right in there. And if you read this, ensuring all communications and services are available to all families, regardless of language or technological barriers. Take a look at the word bank here and see if you can find the correct response. Next, you want to find the term, double-click it, copy it, or just type it if you would like accessibility and inclusivity. And then we'll scroll to the bottom, we'll check our answer. Remember, what you want to do is you want to check all of these, and if the box turns red, it's incorrect, and if it turns green, these are correct. Now, again, remember, taking a standardized test, the best way to prepare is to take different study guides based off the content that you need to know for your exam. So make sure you log into your Teacher Preps account, take the study guide after you've watched the video, looked at the terms, and read the study guide. Without further ado, let's watch this professional environment for teachers lesson.
Welcome to this teacher certification exam preparation lesson, where you will learn about the professional environment of an elementary school teacher, focusing on collaboration and communication with families, community engagement, and the ethical and legal responsibilities that come with the role. Stick around until the end, because this session is designed to help you master this material for test day. Let's start with collaborating and communicating with families by first discussing developing partnerships, which come in the form of parent volunteers to participate in classroom activities and offer workshops. But how about effective communication? Well, when taking your exam, make sure to look for answer solutions such as sending regular updates, using newsletters, emails, or a class website to keep families informed about classroom activities and learning tips, using other electronic communication tools such as messages and apps, as well as making sure that all messages are accessible and inclusive by providing translations and considering accessibility for families with limited digital access. Next up, let's list the ways to conduct effective conferences, starting with preparation. Have specific discussion points ready, including academic and social behavior progress. Always use active listening. Engage empathetically with parents, valuing their input and perspectives. And have actionable plans. Conclude with clear, realistic plans for both teacher and parents to support the student. Moving on when it comes to professional collaboration and community engagement. Look for answer solutions on your teacher certification exam that provide supportive relationships with colleagues, as well as ensuring the curriculum meets all students' needs through integrated lesson planning with your colleagues. When taking your teacher certification test, be ready to answer questions about professional ethics and legal responsibilities. In doing so, Always adhere to legal and ethical guidelines such as the educators' rights and responsibilities to maintain a safe, inclusive, and equitable environment for all students, as well as the confidentiality and educational equity to protect student information and ensure equal access to educational resources, and also mandated reporting to fulfill legal obligations to report any signs of abuse or neglect. Your state teacher certification exam promotes professional development and self-reflection. So look for answer solutions, where the teacher in the question participates in professional learning communities and uses self-assessment and reflection. Great job with this lesson, future teacher. Now, log into your teacherpreps.com account to take the comprehensive practice test to make sure you are fully equipped to ace your exam. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.